CNN pollster shocked as GOP obliterates major advantage Dems have had for decades. I've been saying for months now that the Democrat Party is no longer the party of the people. They're no longer the party of the middle class, the working class. And this poll that just came out today actually shows that. And we're going to talk, and if we have time, I'll probably play another clip too on how they try to spin the Democrats' unpopularity, which is pretty funny. It's pretty funny. But the Democrat Party is no longer popular. Their popularity has gone down to the lowest levels ever for Democrats. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to play some clips. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Daily Wire, and they report that CNN data analyst Harry Enton voiced his disbelief on Monday as the latest polls show that Republicans have eliminated the Democratic Party's double-digit advantage in one key metric: which party looks out for the middle class. Enton laid out several polls, including one from CNN and one from Reuters, showing that Republicans held the advantage when it came to the economy, even after 4 months of what Democrats and media have repeatedly painted as economic upheaval and the stock market, quote, going bonkers. Remember when they said all that? They were fear-mongering. All of that stuff turned out to be, it's because people no longer listen to the media. They've been wrong on all the major issues they've been wrong on. So of course, when it was fear mongering about the economy, no one was listening. It fell on deaf ears, and rightfully so. But let's play this clip here. Here we go.
After all of the waves, Kate Baldwin, after the last few months, the first 5 months of the Donald Trump presidency, right, the first 4 months of the Donald Trump presidency, that you expect that Democrats would have this massive lead on the economy. It ain't so. It ain't so. The party that is closest to your economic views, in November of 2023, it was the Republicans by 11 points. Now it's still within that range, still within that margin of error, plus 8-point advantage for the Republican Party. How is that possible, Democrats? How is that possible?
That's a great question. How is it possible, with all that propaganda we've been pushing here on CNN and all the propaganda of MSNBC and CBS and all the other mainstream medias, we've been pushing the propaganda. How is the GOP still in the lead when it comes to economic views? It's because your propaganda no longer works. Again, you lied to the American people for so long that they no longer listen. They no longer check for y'all opinions.
Possible after all the recession fears, after the stock market's been doing all of this, after all the tariffs that Americans are against, and Republicans still hold an 8-point lead on the economy? Are you kidding me? If it was just this one CNN poll, that would be one thing. But take a look at Reuters Ipsos. What do we see here? Party with a better economic plan. Well, in May of 2024, just before Donald Trump was reelected president, Republicans had a 9-point advantage. Look at where we are now in May of 2025. The advantage actually went up by 3 points. Now Republicans have a 12-point advantage when it comes to the party with a better economic plan. And again, this is after months of supposed economic uncertainty in which the stock market's been going bonkers, in which the tariff wars that Americans are against have been going on. And yet, despite all of that, the Democrats are down by 12 points on the economy. This speaks to Democratic problems on the economy better than basically anything that you could possibly look at. The Republicans still hold an advantage on the all-important key issue of the day, which is the party of the middle class, has been a huge advantage for Democrats. I have polling from NBC going all the way back since 1989, when Democrats had a 23-point advantage. 2016, a 17-point advantage. But by this decade, we already started seeing declines back in 2022, where you saw that Democrats led, but only by 4 points, well within the margin of error. And now in our latest CNN poll among registered voters, which is the party of the middle class, it is tied. This, I think, speaks to Democratic ills more than anything else. They have traditionally been the party of the middle class. No more. Donald Trump and the Republican Party have taken that mantle away, and now a key advantage for Democrats historically has gone adios amigos, and now there is no party that is the party of the middle class. Republicans have completely closed the gap, Kate.
The Democrats are done. They are cooked. The Democrat Party is hooked. I'm gonna play one more. Let's play one more thing here. Let's go over one more clip here. And this is from Red State. Hilarious hot take when CNN discussed those bad polling numbers for Dems. They try to spin it, of course. CNN has been dropping some bad numbers for Democrats over the past couple of days in its polling. Their polling showed that even Democrats didn't think the Democrats were the party that got things done or the party with strong leaders. I think I did an earlier report on that this weekend. But then on top of that, the polling showed that despite all the furor over tariffs and Democrat media propaganda about the economy, Americans still believe that the Republicans were closer to their economic views, had the better plan, even in polls like Reuters Ipsos. On top of that, Dems were no longer believed to be the party of the middle class, which we just went over, which they held since 1989. Adios amigos, as Harry Enton colorfully described it. But how they dealt with it on Monday on CBS This Morning was rather interesting. CNN anchor, what's her name, Audie Cornish, acknowledged that Republicans were doing better than Democrats on major issues, but she did spin it, of course. I mean, do you really think they were going to be honest about these polls? Let's play the clip here. Here we go.
The poll also asks which party best reflects their view on a range of issues. And when it comes to crime, the economy, immigration, Republicans still hold an advantage, although actually those numbers are starting to slip. How did you think about this poll as you were looking through?
I couldn't help but be reminded about a big problem in my part of the world, the econ part of the world. We can't get a clean read on how consumers feel about the economy because the data has been infected by partisanship, really in an unprecedented manner. So,
meaning your partisanship.
Hold on. When we were saying this under Biden, they were saying no, the numbers are the numbers. And now that the numbers are not going in their favor, it's partisan stuff. Okay, I get it.
Reflects whether or not you think the economy is good or not.
Do people think the economy is not doing well, or do they just not like who's in the White House? This is a huge problem right now, and it's making it impossible to get that clarity that economists like to see about how consumers are doing. Do they intend to spend? Makes it impossible to forecast.
So that's the spin now. That's the spin now. Not the we're just asking the wrong questions, right? It's just crazy. That's hilarious. So there are a couple of ways to look at it. Partisanship has probably affected polling for a long time. It's funny to mention partisanship now that the numbers are good for Republicans and bad for Democrats on a CNN panel about CNN polling. That's what I was just alluded to. Like now it's partisan now because it looks good. It looks good for Republicans. But another way to look at it is if partisanship is affecting how people are responding, meaning people's parties are affecting how they think, then let's consider what that means. If you're Republican and the economy is good, your partisanship and the facts coincide. You're going to say it's good. But if you're a Democrat and the economy is good, do you just not like who's in the White House? And are you being more negative than the facts would suggest? In other words, the numbers could possibly be even better if not affected by TDS, if you look at it like that. And I was thinking the same thing. It's actually people are actually more optimistic than what the polls are actually reflecting, was what I believe. So I don't think that point really helps the Democrats. Not at all. Not at all. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.